Newborn must-haves. What do you absolutely need for those first early months of you having a baby? I'm Bianca Renee.
And I'm Royce.
And you're watching R&B Fam. We're going to tell you the top products that we just could not live without during those first early months of having our newborn baby.
So we're just going to start off from the jump with our top two favorites. Well, my top two, Bianca's top two. What are they? Well, I'm about to tell you. One of my absolute favorites has been the Hatch Noisemaker sound maker.
It makes a lot of noise.
It makes a lot of noise. I don't know if that's the actual company branded name, but the brand is Hatch. And what this thing does is it makes different types of soothing sounds for your baby to help them sleep. Rain noise, outside ambient noise, waves, and it actually lights up when you plug it in. You can glow all these different colors, blue, green, red, and all that stuff. And this has been a necessity,
yes.
Especially when we were sleep training Jalen. This thing was a big part of what put him to sleep, really.
Yeah, as soon as he heard the rain sound, he just knew it was nap time, and he would just start to go like this, and he'd go down right away. And I'll admit that when I was putting together our registry, I was like, I'm not going to spend money on a sound maker. Like, we could just use an iPad. Like, we could just go to YouTube. But in reality, you don't really want to always get your iPad and then charge it. And then you want to use your iPad for other iPad things. But now you got to use it in the baby's room. People might call and get texts. It's just, like, too much. So I would just say just invest in a sound machine because you're going to use it all the time. And it's so amazing. Okay, my turn.
Okay.
The next thing that I think is just on the top of the list for sure, are these Dr. Brown Pacifiers. If you follow us on Instagram.
Pacifier, how exciting.
It's so exciting because if you follow us on Instagram, you saw this was in his mouth 24/7. And at first you might be thinking like, I don't want to get him on a pacifier. That's when they become like hooked on it. It's hard to get them off and all the rumors about like messing up their teeth, blah, blah, blah. But this thing changed our lives.
It really did.
The Dr. Brown ones, the entire thing is kind of like gummy, so he liked to chew on this entire thing, not just the nipple part, and he would be crying and this would just instantly shut him up.
Yeah. And from that's where I learned that not all pacifiers are created equal. I just thought, okay, give the baby a pacifier, it's done deal. Yeah, so Jalen, whatever it is, because we had the ones where it's like a little plasticky on the back, all that stuff. I mean, those were okay, but yeah, once he started really getting into chomping and stuff like that, this is what really stood out for us. So that was a big lesson because I was just like, it's a pacifier. What's the big deal?
Especially for sleeping at night. So those very early weeks when the baby is waking up every 3 or 4 hours, as soon as he fell in love with the pacifier, it would just put him to sleep and we could sleep longer. So this is worth your sleep. And I'm happy to say that he doesn't use them at all anymore. So we thought he was going to be like hooked on them. We thought it would be hard for him to like let it go. He has switched to his fingers now.
These two.
It is a lot easier for a baby to find their fingers in the crib if they wake up versus trying to find their pacifier. So we were happy for the switch, but now he's kind of hooked on his fingers. But at least he's over this.
Yeah.
And it did its job, and we thank you.
Thank you. All right, now my next favorite newborn thing has to be, y'all might call me a punk for this, but I don't care. The Velcro swaddles.
Yes.
And the reason why this is a big deal is because I'm horrible at actually doing the actual folding of the swaddle.
Most people are.
We did a whole class. I thought I had it on the doll baby that didn't move.
Yes.
But hey, once you get a live one, watch out. It gets crazy. So once we discovered that they're actually Velcro ones, I was like, oh, why is anyone doing anything?
We never swaddled ever again.
And it's just so easy to understand. Just, you have your little outlines here. So you have the Velcro right here. The baby just slides in like that. And you fold that up. I don't even know if this makes sense on camera. Then you have this Velcro that goes here. You attach that Velcro. And then you fold it over. And then you attach this Velcro.
It's very simple.
Bam. And then there's the baby. And then now you're just...
Boom.
Oh, sorry, baby.
We also had so many swaddles. Jalen didn't like to have both of his arms in. He always had one arm out.
Yeah.
But
this was good because Velcro, it allowed us to adjust. So once it got to the point where he was sleeping kind of with his arms out of the swaddle and they weren't like all wrapped up, you could just, undo it, loosen it up, and you're good to go versus rewrapping and
he would always get out of them. He's a little Houdini.
Yeah.
But Velcro was the only way to go.
Yeah, this is game changer.
My next favorite would be these Burp cloths. He used to spit up all the time, and you just can't get enough of these, so they're going to be on your shoulder at all time if you're nursing. We just had so many, we probably maybe have like 30 or more.
So many.
But these are like really thick, kind of like ribbed material. These are from, I think, Amazon. It says Baby Got Burp, but...
It says that?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's hilarious.
But you need a lot of Burp cloths because you're going to be cleaning up spit and who knows what else all the time.
And what's cool is these are black and white. It has like the black stripes and all that stuff, which he really loved to look at when he was
like
younger. And the contrast. Yep.
Yeah. So those are our top 4 faves, like the starting lineup. But now let's split it up into sections, like the sleep time must-haves, the milk and breastfeeding must-haves, and bath time must-haves. So starting off with sleep time, we decided to get a DockATot, which looks like this. Ours is actually really cute. We have Jalen's name on it, but it is a little annoying to put the cover back on it when you wash it, so I just didn't want to do it for the video, but it looks like that. But that is how we were able to co-sleep. That is one of the few baby loungers that doesn't say that the baby can't sleep in it. So although we were kind of hesitant about having the baby on the bed, he might not want to leave the bed, we just weren't a fan of our bassinet. It was too low. We had to like hunch over all the time. The baby wasn't comfortable in there. But just having him in the middle of the bed, we could just easily like give him his pacifier or roll back. And it was a game changer for us to be able to have the baby in the bed with us, but in a safe way.
Yeah, and there's some rise to the DockATot. There's always concerns like, oh, you're gonna turn over and crush your baby, but there was enough height to where even when we turn, we're only hitting the side
Like a bumper.
of it. Yeah, exactly.
Another popular lounger is the Snuggle Me Organic. We ended up getting both, and we love both of them. When we first brought our baby home, he loved this. So when you put the baby in the Snuggle Me, it does snuggle them. The sides kind of come in, so it feels like they're being held. And as you probably know, or will know soon, babies like to be held all the time.
Yep.
So he would just always fall asleep in this instantly for like long amounts of time. But then we read that this is not safe for sleeping. But I was like, all babies do is sleep though. So what's he gonna do? Like have a party in here? So I didn't really understand what the point of this was if they couldn't sleep. But they don't recommend unsupervised sleep. So if the baby's next to you and they're sleeping, they're gonna sleep for a long time. But just make sure you keep an eye on them in case they turn their head so they don't suffocate on the sides. But because we couldn't use this one in the bed with us, we used the DockATot for co-sleeping. Both amazing.
Yep. And now it's jammy time. Yeah. And these aren't just, your normal pajamas. You're like, of course I'm going to have pajamas. But what has been huge for us, especially when changing that diaper, is getting onesies that have zippers. You see? Nice zippers. I'm all about the zippers and the Velcro. And not just zippers, but double zippers.
Double zippers.
As I call them. Which means you can zip it down from the top, but you can also zip it up. Can you zip it up? Up from the bottom.
Just like so.
Ooh.
That way you have easy access to that dirty diaper in the middle of the night.
Yeah, you see that chunky leg, you know what I'm saying? You just take that out, take both legs out, wipe the bum real quick, zip it back up, and you're good to go.
But you will quickly learn that buttons are not your friend.
Nah, you're going to be over those in like 2 days.
Ain't nobody got time.
And this specific brand has been really great. This is Little Bum Bums. And it's just like the fabric's just really nice. And it's really warm without being too warm. It's very breathable. Why are you laughing at me? It's true. It's very breathable.
Look at you. So look for not just one zipper,
but two. So along with the Hatch Noisemaker, we also have a humidifier, specifically the Pure Enrichment Mist Air Cloud. And it's actually literally shaped like a cloud, looks really cute.
Changes color, turns into a party in there.
So when we have that paired with the Hatch, you got all types of crazy colors happening. It's club, straight up. So that's actually really important because you want to have a humidifier, helps with the baby's breathing, make sure the air is humid. Humidity. You don't want the air to get too dry, is what I'm trying to say.
And you'll know the humidity in a really fancy, smancy baby monitor like Nanit.
Yeah, you got to have a baby monitor. You don't have to have the Nanit specifically. That's what we were actually gifted. So it's amazing. We love it. Not just monitors, but it tracks the temperature the humidity levels, all that stuff.
Breathing.
Has a great app, so it notifies you when he's crying and all that stuff when he's waking up. A bunch of different like memories, so you can go back and actually see, you know, how the baby was sleeping and tracking all that stuff. So that one's really great, but it's also very expensive. So I wouldn't say getting the Nanit is absolutely important, but getting some type of baby monitor where you can keep an eye on your baby, and if it does have some type of app, that does help.
But we have a full video review on the Nanit, which you guys could check out. We'll link it in the description box.
Now this next thing, I don't know if it's really a must, but definitely something to consider, especially if, you know, you're a little bit taller, 6 feet and above. Because when Jalen first got home, we had his nice little crib. All that stuff was by our bed. I thought it was the cutest thing until he would wake up and it was time to change him at 2 a.m. And I realized I was literally bending all the way down.
The bassinet was really low.
The bassinet was really low. So I was bending all the way down to try and change him. I believe you had this problem too. And so our backs were just killing us trying to change this baby. So what I went and did, I just got this kind of no-name brand off of Amazon changing table that was a lot taller. So whenever Jalen needed to be changed, I could take him out of the bassinet, put him on that changing table, and I could do a nice little natural bend. And that ended about right here.
And we kept that one in our bedroom, so we didn't have to go, like, you know, all the way to Jalen's
Yeah,
room.
exactly. So this is when he was still sleeping with us in our room. So on one side of the bed was the bassinet. On the other side was the changing table. So it was just a quick grab, lay down, change, lay back down.
Smooth.
And then I go to sleep.
We didn't go to sleep.
We didn't go to sleep. No, it was horrible.
Now let's talk about bath time must-haves. You have to wash your baby eventually. Not necessarily in water for those very, very early days, but you do want to clean your baby because they're probably spitting up, pooping, and peeing all the time. So I got this Mustela Soothing Cleansing Water to at least wipe him down before he was able to get in the bathtub because his little umbilical cord didn't come off yet. But then once they are able to get in the tub, we really like this tub right here. This tub is by Fisher-Price. We actually got a different one. We got the really big blue whale, but we didn't like that one for baby.
Yeah, he didn't
babies.
sit properly. He was kind of like...
It was really hard to wash him. It had a really low swing, but this one was much better. It has like a little seat, so we prefer this one over the whale one. I'll probably do a whole other video on things that I regret buying. But this one has been great, and once the baby can sit up, just to let you know, life gets so much easier when they aren't very, 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 very small.
Yeah.
So we like this bathtub. Another thing is that Jalen had cradle cap. I really was hoping he wouldn't, but he did. And I tried a lot of different things. I don't even know what technically did it, but the last thing that I did use was the Mustela foam shampoo for newborns. This was great and really helped with this cradle cap. It also comes with like a little comb, so you can kind of comb up the flakes and get rid of all the grossness. Another must-have is this TubbyTodd all over ointment. I made a full video on this cream because it's that magical. If your baby is suffering from baby acne or really dry skin, you need this ointment. I will link this below. Lifesaver. Watch the video to see the proof. And one of the last kind of like products would be Aquaphor. The baby Aquaphor is something that we use all the time because Jalen is a very, very dry baby. So we use this for like diaper rash, also for his knees, his thighs, all over. It's another necessity. Now let's move on to food time. You might be breastfeeding or maybe you're using a bottle, but if you are breastfeeding, my go-to breast pump was the LV breast pump. I did a full review on this one as well if you really want to see what I love and don't like about it, but being hands-free was just a game changer. I just could not be strapped to the wall and plugged up and like it was just too much, it was too loud, and I hated it. So I'm all about the wireless breast pump. That was my for sure go-to if you can get one of these. I also would recommend the Haka. The Haka is one that you just kind of attach to the breast. It sucks on there and it kind of just catches any like leaking or drips while the baby is breastfeeding. So let's say the baby's on this side, you will have some leakage happening on the other, and it just catches everything because you don't want to waste any of that liquid gold.
Nope.
So this is great. It just stays on and then you get some extra milk without even pumping.
Now, if you're a dad and you want to help out, obviously with feeding, you're going to need some bottles. And our personal favorites turned out to be the Komotomo because it's supposed to represent more of the natural breast, if you will.
He loved it.
Yep.
Our baby had no problem going back and forth between breastfeeding and the bottle, so I guess it worked, or he just really loves milk and doesn't care.
Yeah. And as your baby gets older, there's some other tops you can swap out that have, you know, more holes to kind of help with the flow of milk. So to start off, there's just one small hole, and then there's 2, and then there's 3. So.
And this one is what, 4 ounces?
Yeah, so that's 4 ounces.
5 ounces.
5 ounces. There's also an 8 ounce size as well, a little bit bigger.
He's
so
on those now.
You know, so it grows with your child. Now, the last thing, which I truly believe is a newborn must-have, is some type of baby tracker, which they all pretty much come in apps that you can download on your phone. And when I say baby tracker, I mean logging your breastfeedings, logging your poopy diapers when they pee, just full-on diaper changes, all that stuff. Nap time, because you're going to want to keep a log. One, of course, for you personally, because you're going to want to know, okay, is it time to feed the baby again? And then also during your doctor visits, they will ask you, you know, how many times are they eating, or, you know, pooping and peeing.
How many ounces, blah, blah.
All that stuff. So now, instead of trying to just think off the top of your head, you can just keep track of it. So there were 2 apps that I actually found really helpful. There was the Baby Tracker Newborn, which is free. They have a pro version, but I don't think it's really necessary. And you could just log on your phone. If you have an iPhone, you can log it with Siri. Android, log it with Google. All that stuff. So just really, really easy. So you could be like, you know, hey Siri, log breastfeeding, whatever, 4 ounces or something like that. It'll just keep track. Same with diaper changes. Now, I started off with that, but then I actually switched over to the Baby Connect app. Now, this one is paid. It's $5. And the main reason why I did that is because it actually connects with Alexa, which we have a couple. Alexa, stop it. No, I'm not talking to you. And because we have a couple of those around the house, no matter really what room we're in, I can yell Alexa, and it's going to hear me somewhere, and I could just say, log
poopy diaper.
Log poopy diaper. And it'll say,
start breastfeeding on left side.
On the left side, all that stuff.
And feeding, yeah.
Exactly. So if you're having trouble remembering when was the last diaper change, bottle, or breastfeeding, this is a very convenient way to help with that. And I'll link both of those apps in the description below for you guys.
So that is everything that we think you absolutely need. Of course, everyone is different. I guarantee there's some things on our must-have list that are on people's hate list, and vice versa. So Royce loves the zipper. So depending on your baby's needs and your lifestyle, buy accordingly. But if you want to try any of our things, we definitely recommend them. We'll link them all below. And I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. We post new videos as much as we possibly can.
We haven't posted in so long, but we're trying.
Sorry, we're trying. The next video we want to do is how to install a car seat. I'm going to do all the newborn things that we just regret buying. We definitely have some things we just never really used. But yeah, subscribe so you don't miss another video. And you also can follow us on Instagram at RNBFam.
That's where it's really popping.
Our Instagram is
poppin'. Go check us out there.
Check us out. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye. Why'd I do that? That was weird.